Well, listen. If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help because
Goldberg's comments about wokeness also faced significant scrutiny. Many found her remarks condescending and out of touch, particularly given Leavitt's impressive resume. At just 27 years old, Leavitt had already served as an assistant press secretary, worked as communications director for Representative Elise Stefanik, and played a key role in Donald Trump's 2024 campaign, all while balancing life as a new mother. Supporters argued that rather than dismissing her, The View should have recognized her accomplishments. As the lawsuit progressed, speculation grew that The View could face cancellation. Advertisers were reportedly concerned about the backlash, and network executives were under pressure to take action. There were even rumors that Behar, long known for her controversial remarks, might be forced out in an attempt to salvage the show's reputation.
Now to the cackling witch herself, Joy Behar from The View, whose jealousy is something to behold.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be here is Joy objectifying the White House press secretary, saying she only has the job because...
Whether The View could recover from this storm remained to be seen. But one thing was clear. The show was in crisis mode. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt was turning the controversy into an opportunity. Sources close to her revealed that she was working with top media strategists to reshape her public image. Instead of just defending herself, she was looking to leverage the moment to solidify her position as a rising star in conservative politics. Reports suggested she was considering launching her own media platform or podcast to discuss the challenges faced by young conservative professionals. With conservative news outlets already rallying behind her, the controversy was catapulting her into the national spotlight. Political insiders speculated that Leavitt's career trajectory had been permanently altered, for the better. She's not just winning the lawsuit, one commentator noted, she's building a brand. With support from conservative networks and an outraged base behind her, she was poised to become a major political figure in the years to come. Joy. Behar's response to the controversy was anything but apologetic. While some of The View's producers and co-hosts believed a more heartfelt apology was necessary to ease tensions.
Oh, please, his opponents are saying to this very day the same rhetoric that led to those two attempts. The second attempt on President Trump's life echoed the sentiment that President Trump is a democracy. And if you're a deranged lunatic and you're mentally ill, you will believe that lie, and yes, you will take political like we have seen in two instances against President Trump. Last week, Tim Walz and Kamala Harris said that everyone who showed up to President Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden was a... That's despicable, dangerous, divisive rhetoric that is spewed by the Democrat Party every single day. And I'm so sick and tired of the media pointing the finger at Donald Trump and saying that he is sowing division in this country. He is not. The media is for pushing hoaxes like the one that you all pushed today, and the Democrat Party is for pushing lies about him. But the good news is Americans don't buy it. And that's why today President Trump is more popular than he has been since 2016, because people don't trust the media.
In a now viral scorched earth video,
insiders claimed that Behar stood her ground. She reportedly viewed the backlash as exaggerated and saw it as yet another instance of political opponents seizing on an opportunity to attack her. In particular, she believed that Karoline Leavitt was using the situation to further her own career and draw media attention. Behar, known for her sharp wit and willingness to engage in heated debates, had never been one to shy away from controversy. This time was no different. Rather than retreating or offering a full-throated apology, she dismissed the outrage as part of a broader cultural battle, one she had been fighting for years. However, Behar's defiance did not come without consequences. Her refusal to fully acknowledge the controversy's impact reportedly deepened tensions behind the scenes at The View. Some producers were concerned that her stance was putting the show's reputation at risk, while others worried about the growing division among the hosts. Co-hosts who disagreed with Behar's approach were left frustrated, feeling that a simple apology could have put the controversy to rest. Instead, the drama only intensified, creating uncertainty about the show's future. At the same time, external pressures on The View were mounting. Advertisers, wary of associating with polarizing figures and public scandals, were beginning to reconsider their partnerships with the long-running talk show. While The View had weathered controversies before, this particular situation came at a time when the media landscape was increasingly unforgiving. With legal questions also swirling around the dispute, the show found itself at a precarious crossroads. Meanwhile,
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because Black people couldn't get into colleges. Because women could not get into the colleges they wanted to go to. This is all women. Yeah. See, this is not Black, Asian women. This is all women. Women were not invited to this party. It was a man's world, and we busted our asses to make sure that this was a person's world.
This commentator said, Whoopi is mansplaining the press secretary job to Karoline Leavitt. Hilarious.
Leavitt's career was benefiting from the controversy. Whether she had intentionally capitalized on the situation or not, the Asham incident propelled her into the national spotlight. She secured interviews with major news outlets, gained new supporters, and positioned herself as a rising figure in conservative circles. In contrast to Behar, who faced growing scrutiny, Leavitt appeared to be gaining momentum. As the drama continued to unfold, one question loomed large. Would The View survive this crisis, or would it become another casualty of today's hyper-polarized media climate? The answer remained uncertain, but one thing was clear. The battle was far from over.
Into hot water again after they did the very thing they purport to be against, undermining women's success. Joy Behar stunned viewers when she said Donald Trump's press secretary, 27-year-old Karoline Leavitt, only secured her position because of her good looks.
I think she's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
The comment was bizarre, especially coming from Joy Behar, who is as woke as they come and positions herself as a champion of feminism. This online commentator said, disgusting Joy Behar of The View accuses Karoline Leavitt of being hired only because Donald Trump thought she was a 10.
The popular daytime talk show The View is facing a legal firestorm that could change its future forever. Recent comments made by the show's hosts about Karoline Leavitt, the youngest White House press secretary in history, have ignited a massive controversy leading to a high-stakes defamation lawsuit. Known for its heated debates and outspoken panelists, The View has never shied away from controversy. But this time, the backlash is unlike anything the show has faced before. With mounting legal pressure, the show's fate now hangs in the balance. During a discussion about Leavitt's first press conference, longtime host Joy Behar made a remark that many have called blatantly sexist. She quipped that Leavitt likely got the job because, in Donald Trump's eyes, she's a 10. The comment dismissed Leavitt's qualifications and reduced her appointment to her looks. Within hours, the clip went viral, triggering an avalanche of criticism. Social media exploded with accusations of hypocrisy, pointing out that a show that claims to empower women was now belittling a young female professional. Many viewers questioned why Behar, a vocal advocate for women's rights, would undermine another woman's achievements based on her appearance. But Behar wasn't the only one under scrutiny. Whoopi Goldberg also stirred controversy with her pointed criticism of Leavitt's stance on wokeness. During the segment, Goldberg remarked, "You wouldn't even have the job without the very wokeness that you denounce." Her statement fueled the growing debate, with critics accusing The View of targeting Leavitt, not for her capabilities but because of her political views. Many conservatives saw it as yet another example of mainstream media hostility toward right-leaning women in politics. As the discussion heated up, Goldberg and Behar doubled down. They dismissed Leavitt's objections, insisted she misunderstood their points, and even told her to avoid using certain terms. This condescending tone only added fuel to the fire. Across social media, viewers slammed The View for what they saw, as blatant double standards. One viral tweet summed up the sentiment. If a Republican had said this about a liberal woman, the outrage would be deafening. Others pointed out that The View, which often preaches women's empowerment, was now actively tearing down a young woman for ideological reasons. The controversy escalated dramatically when news broke that Leavitt had filed a defamation lawsuit against Goldberg and Behar. According to reports, the lawsuit claims that their comments were slanderous and had severely damaged her professional reputation. The lawsuit
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Reportedly worth millions, sent shockwaves through the television industry. If successful, it could force The View to pay a substantial financial penalty and set a precedent for how political discourse is handled on daytime TV. In an attempt to contain the fallout, the hosts of The View quickly issued a public apology on air. Their tone was somber as they acknowledged that their words had caused harm. Behar, appearing visibly shaken, said, "We deeply regret our remarks and any offense they may have caused." However, the apology did little to quell the outrage. Many saw it as insincere and self-serving, a desperate move to mitigate legal consequences rather than genuine remorse. One viewer commented, "They're not sorry for what they said. They're sorry they got caught." Meanwhile, Leavitt remained composed, refusing to back down. Despite the media frenzy, she continued her White House duties with professionalism and confidence. Conservative media outlets rallied around her, portraying her as a victim of mainstream media bias. What began as a media attack was now turning into a defining moment for her career. Rather than retreating, Leavitt seized the opportunity to expand her influence. She framed herself as a strong, independent woman standing up against media elites who tried to silence her. Behind the scenes, the controversy was causing major tensions within The View. Reports surfaced of internal conflicts among the panel.